What's up, y'all? It's Bril from Passion Project Creative. I'm here with WeArePgh.
It's your boy Big 06, and I'm here with my boy Bril from their Passion Project Creative. And it's another exclusive, and we here covering the Greetings Project on basically the origins on the Dap, where did the Dap Up come from? If you from up Pittsburgh, man, if you know, you know. If you don't, we gonna get you familiar, man. So we just gonna roll right into it, man. For those like that, someone that's never been to Pittsburgh, how would you define the Dap Up?
I would define, dapping is it's a universal thing, right? But it's pretty much when you see somebody and it's like, what's the best way to describe it? The dap is pretty much a way to just acknowledge somebody's existence, show respect, show some love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, what's good? I ain't seen you, my nigga. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's just a way to show love and show respect, pretty much.
No doubt. I don't know, man. Just being from the city, I understand exactly what you're saying without saying too much, bro. So I get it.
Because it's like if I walk past you, if it's a group of us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I walk past everybody, I dap everybody up, and I don't dap you up.
Yeah, that's like a big moment. Yeah, for
it's
sure.
a problem. Like obviously that means there's some meaning behind that.
Yeah, so, yeah. You're like, why ain't you give me no dap?
Right. Like he's like, oh, okay. Like what's up with you?
For sure. So man, that brings me into, I guess, how did you know it needed like a story or needed to be covered?
So I was sitting down one night and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about next in terms of just like my art and creativity. It had been like a couple years since I did anything in a while, but I knew I wanted to do something that touched on my culture and the culture that I came from. And I wanted to kind of examine it a little bit and just like understand it more. So from there, I just sat down and I was like, all right, well, what's unique to our culture? Like, what is something that we do that's different? I said dap. And I was just sitting there and it's to set the scene for you, you know what I mean? I was sitting at home.
Yep.
It was nighttime, it was dark. I probably wasn't sitting in complete dark, but something like that. And I'm just sitting there like, all right, yo, what is it? Just staring at into the abyss.
Yeah, yeah.
Just trying to figure out what it is. And I was like, oh, dap. Why do we do that? So I'm like, all right, let me do some research real quick. Pull out the laptop. I'm like, oh, it's a lot of, this is different. I didn't know what I was going to find. So I did the research, boom. Oh, Vietnam. Oh, okay. Word, Black GI soldiers. Oh, okay. Oh, dignity and pride. I'm like, oh, okay. And just start going down the rabbit hole and doing more research,
Yeah.
finding different things, putting pieces together. It was crazy.
Yeah. So with that said, I guess since I so kind of a twofold question. Like I noticed it kind of fits right in. Just kind of from just doing my due diligence and getting familiar, kind of just going through like all your different social medias. You guys do like real like like informational. I guess the better word is like inspiring stories. So it's like it fits. You get what I'm saying? Along like with your creative vision. So kind of rolling into my next, I guess, question. It's like, since you've got more familiar, done your due diligence, like from a perspective, like what's changed, like your perspective on the DAP, you know what I mean, since you started this project?
I think my perspective has changed in a way that's like, it just deepened my appreciation for the culture, for real. Like, I just appreciate the culture more. It's like, yeah, that's us. Nigga. Like, that's us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, our culture, we shape the world. You know what I mean? We shape what's happening in culture. We shape whatever is popping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, we did that. You know what I mean? You find the dap in sports, you find it in everywhere. Like you find it every.
And you know what's so crazy?
What?
Sorry to cut you off. You know, it's just so crazy because it's like now that we're really they're talking about it. It's probably like 2 days ago. I got a son. He's 9. He's you know, just kicking it after school. He's like, yo, he called me yo. Yeah, yo, we me and my friend, we had to clean this Dap Up in school. And I'm like, all right, hold on, like let me see. You know what I'm saying? He just did that part. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, well, what about the cuff? Y'all ain't do the cuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all ain't do the cuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I had to kind of show him real quick, like, you know, so it's like, is it more of a like, is it like how do you know when you do it right? You know what I mean? Is it like is it the feel, or is it something you learned? Like I'm showing my son, or is it more of a feel? You know,
bro. The thing, bro, I don't even know when I learned how to dap.
Yeah,
like I don't even remember anybody teaching me.
Yeah,
like you just do it. Like it's just process, just learn behavior. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like I ain't gonna go there, but I ain't even gonna go there. But basically, yeah, it's just a learned behavior, you know what I mean, that we do. And it's like, well, what the hell? Who taught me that? I don't know who taught me.
Yeah.
I just, you know, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
What's going on? What's popping?
Yeah.
And then it just get personalized, right? Like that's the cool part. It's like, yo.
Speaking of personalized, do you remember the snap? You used to like you snap.
I do the snap. Yeah, like you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's like at some point it just like changes. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you'll hear people that's you do the snap. You know what I'm saying? I kind of convert the snap as the you remember the time whenever you be on the phone, you hanging out, you like, all right, one. Yeah. Right, it's like the same thing.
And so it's just like you personalize it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you see somebody do that snap, you get what I'm saying? It's like it's just like, hold on, you've been driving for a minute. You know what I'm saying, though?
Right. And then, you know, some niggas, you know, they be elaborate with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they got the you know what I mean? You be like, oh.
Hey, you feeling some type of way? Like, dang, I just got a regular day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's more. Sometimes it's a feel. Sometimes it's learned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like you got the standard dap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got the personalized daps. So the standard dap is, you know, yo, what's good? I don't know you, but you know, you seem cool. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Real casual.
You feel me?
Yep.
Then you got, oh, this is my boy. This is my homie.
Yep.
Or this is, you know, like we mad tight.
Yep.
So it's a.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a whole thing. Yeah. Like, oh, okay. Like I got a.
They locked in. Yeah, they locked in.
You feel me? They locked in. They locked in.
Yeah.
They locked in. That's how you know, like, oh, that they locked in.
For sure, man. So I say just going back and forth, it's like, how did you know? Kind of, I guess going back a little bit, you know, touching more on what we said earlier, like it's kind of a different form question, but it's like, why a whole series opposed to like a short video or a post? What made you want to, I guess, go down the rabbit hole, as you said earlier?
Because for me, it was like, I'm like, yo, what else can I find? So as I start going down the rabbit hole, I'm like, oh, there's just so many connections to it. And for me, it was like, whenever, as an artist, whenever I work on a project, you know, I knew I wanted this project specifically to be bigger than my last project was, right? My last project was, it was cool, but I already had visions of how I wanted my next project to be. And so I was like, whatever it is that I come up on, I want to flesh it out fully. And to me, what was important about making this more than just a quick little video, because people, you can find, like, there's a video I just seen, somebody sent me like a couple weeks ago about like the first nigga that dapped. And it was like, it's a funny video, but he's just like Dude gave him that. He was like, he heard the clap.
Yeah.
You know the clap.
The clap is
crazy.
everything.
The clap
The
is
clap is
crazy.
everything.
If you clap,
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
oh.
I say even the they can't see me, but the dip, you feel me? You gotta have the dip in there. You feel me? You gotta have the dip in there.
So he looked at his hand. He's like, then he went to somebody else. He was like, dude looked at his. He's like,
yeah.
It's like, oh, this is a whole new. It's like a power move or something.
Yeah.
So for me, it was
set the tone for sure.
You know what I mean? So for me, and there was like a photo series that I had seen about the Dap too.
Okay.
And that was cool. And I was like, all right, cool. But for me as an artist, I was like, I wanted to explore it from a photographic standpoint and from a film standpoint. And then on top of that, like, for me, I'm thinking like, how can I make this moment and make this cultural history? Because that's what we talking about, right? We talking about history, we talking about culture, we talking about the past. How can I blow that up so big to where it's like you have no choice but to pay attention to this? Because the thing about it is that there is coverage on some of these things. Some of the things was very, very hard to find information on, but some of the things have already been explored in ways. But I'm like, well, clearly it's not enough, because I was walking around, I'm asking my friends, I'm asking older people, I'm asking everybody like, yo, did you know about this? And they're like, no.
Yeah.
And
so
I'm like,
and that brings me to my next question. It's like speaking like interviewing people and kind of just gathering your information, doing your due diligence. Like I guess what's something that you learned just from interviewing people and kind of, just trying to get your ducks in a row?
What I learned was something crazy, right? So the DAP, right? So DAP stands for dignity and pride. All right, cool. Didn't know that. Vietnam, the GI soldiers came up with it. Okay, cool. What was crazy was that I learned that the military had banned dapping for a period of time.
And why was that?
Because the white soldiers felt like they were planning some type of insurrection, and that it was some type of coded language that they couldn't understand the language. And it was a little bit of a coded language. It was like they built it to protect themselves from the things that were going on in Vietnam with the friendly fire. And at that time racism was super prevalent, obviously. So they had to protect themselves from that. They're trying to protect themselves from war, and they needed to be able to communicate with each other like, yo, this is cool or this is not cool. So it became like I'm dapping you up and I'm dapping you up, and that's a communication.
Yeah, depending on how I dap you up is what's going on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they banned it, and it's just crazy.
They don't understand it because
they couldn't understand.
And in a sense, not to go too far down that that rabbit hole, but different products or different games, different product, but it's pretty much still different game, but the product is still the same. That's, what I'm trying to say is like, just in other things, I don't got to say it, but I'm sure you could, kind of puzzle things together where it's still like that, till this day.
Right. So it was like, oh, okay, cool. And there's a couple other things that I found out that was crazy, but I'll stick with that for now.
Yeah. To keep it light, man. So I guess for someone outside of Pittsburgh, once they view the project, you said it was the Greetings Project, right?
It's called Greetings.
The Greetings Project. Greetings. What would you, for someone outside of Pittsburgh, what would you say you want them to walk away with whenever they're done viewing this project?
What I want people to walk away with when they view the project is just a sense of joy and a sense of pride in where they came from. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And a better understanding of their culture and the things that they do. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's important, you know, like it's important for us to learn a lot of things in life, right? You got things like, oh, you need to learn finances, you need to learn how to, you know, how to shovel snow. You need like there's things that like in life that you need to know how to do in order to survive and in order to level up in life. But I also think that understanding cultural history is also an important piece of that, particularly because it's a part of who you are, right? It's a part of your identity,
Identity
and
for
you need to
sure.
know, you know, who you are, where you came from,
Thousand
and why
percent.
you do what you do.
Yep.
Because like there could have been, I could have did some research on that and found out it was like a completely different thing. That's like, oh, we were forced to do this because it's out of third. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could have found
So
out anything about it.
how was that feeling like, kind of getting more familiar and knowing like, oh, wait a minute. You know what I mean? This is, you know what I mean? This is like what you were just describing. This ain't that. And this is something that, like I guess I kind of just answered my own question there, but this is information that people should, know and just, help them kind of, who am I? Where I come from, that identity.
And you know what it is. One of the other things that made me want to dig into this was like, I just felt like the DAP wasn't respected.
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel like it was respected. Like not necessarily by our culture, but just like at large. Like felt like, all right, so we're professionals, right? We work with all different type of people. We do
Yep.
things in life, right? We got to meet people,
Mm-hmm.
and I just felt like,
I call it code switching.
right, code switching, right? And I just felt like if I go into a meeting and I go to dap somebody up, I'm going to be looked at a certain way.
For sure.
And I was like, but if I go in and just do a firm handshake, I'm going to be seen as more professional or more buttoned up or all right, cool.
It's a shame, but yes.
You know what I mean? And so I was like, nah, because there's greetings in every culture. Every culture has a way of greeting each other. It's not just solely Black culture that has its own way of greeting. You can go to Asia, you can go to South America, you can go to all these different places and you'll find different ways of people greeting each other.
Yep.
And it's respected.
Yes.
If the president go over wherever to another country, he's going to do what the Romans do. You feel me? He's going to do what the Romans do. So why, like, the DAP should be regarded in the same way. Like, nah, this is a respected handshake that
you're gonna be around this parts. This is how we do it.
You know what I mean? And and it's a handshake that can be done anywhere, any part of culture. Because everybody in culture wants it. The whole it's a whole cultural thing. Like the whole America loves that. It don't matter what color you are.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, like give it some respect.
Yeah. I go kind of flipping a coin on the other side of the head. Just being from the burg, what do you want? What do you want the people from the city in the heart of it to, walk away with on top of like you said, just knowing their identity.
I want them to walk away with a sense of just joy and just like a connection and like understanding that it's cool to build relationships with people and it's cool to just connect with people.
Yep.
And more importantly, I want them to walk away inspired to just with some type of inspiration. How people get inspired, I don't necessarily want to dictate that part, but I just hope that people leave with inspiration.
For sure, man. And just on a more personal level, you spoke on a little bit, throughout this, this conversation and stuff. It's like what did the project mean to you most importantly? Like personally.
Dang, that's a deep question. What does the project mean to me personally? I mean, to be honest, it's just like this project particularly means everything to me, really, because of the fact that it's about Black people. Like,
Yeah.
it's about
Yeah.
Black people, right?
Yep.
And it's for me, it's like it's a project that this is a project that allowed me to when I speak more selfishly, it's a project that allowed me to spread my wings creatively.
So no filter. Not that there's ever a filter, but like an unapologetic filter. I'm sure as a creator, like as an artist, you know, you get what I'm saying, right? I can't really, I don't want to get too deep, but you get what I'm saying, nevertheless, man. So once it's all said and done, you know, once the project is ready to like the view, are you doing like you know, like a preview, like in the theater, or like how are you rolling? Like what's the rollout to once everything's done?
Yeah. Let me make sure. I don't want to get in trouble.
Or at a high level, you ain't gotta give us too much, but I guess just what in a perfect rollout, you know, I know, you know, it's a game of, you know, runs, but like what if you had all the resources, you know, what would I guess be the ideal rollout that you want to, you know, release it to the people?
Yeah, so you know, hopefully, you know, I don't hopefully nobody's bothered, you know, by what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave a piece out.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. Yeah.
So it's gonna open April 16th is the opening for the exhibition.
Okay.
And that's gonna be at a very prominent spot downtown Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Um
How we rolling out? Like, what's the market rollout? Like, how are someone going to be able to get the info, get the tickets? Where's the information going to be?
Okay, so April 16th, the exhibition for Greetings is opening at a spot downtown Pittsburgh. You can get your tickets through the link in our bio. If you go to passionproject.co. Yeah, if you go to passionproject.co on Instagram, or if you go to passionproj.com, you can go into the website, you can click on Pittsburgh exhibition, and it'll take you to our Posh. And that's where you can support the project, get tickets, get bundles, all that type of stuff, support the project. Excuse me. There will be a New York exhibition as well. So that'll be later in July. And it's the same process. You can go on the website, click on Brooklyn exhibition, and that'll give you the same access to the Brooklyn one as well.
Hey, that's major, man. So before we get out of here, just I guess trying to get a little bit more familiar with the creator. You originally from Pittsburgh?
I am originally.
What's your Pittsburgh roots, man? Like, you know, where are you from? You know what I mean? What side of town? What high school you graduate from? Before we get up out of here, let us know.
Oh man, y'all trying good. What, the high school? Y'all trying? Come on, man. You want to know where the neighborhood too?
If you feel, yeah, I mean, just to get, we gotta figure, you know what I mean, with the creator, you know.
Man, you know, Pittsburgh, you know, it's a little, you know, it's a little crazy. I don't know if I want to do all that.
Yeah, or just, you know, some high level, whatever you feel comfortable, you know. Yeah, you gotta know about the man behind the camera, you know.
Yeah, you know, hate it or love it, you know. I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Northview Heights and Hazelwood. is like where I did a lot
Okay.
of my growing up at.
In the thick of it, then.
That's why I was like, yo,
no, in the thick of it.
Back in the day, I don't know if I would have said that, but
that's a whole look. That's a whole different story. I get it, 1,000%, bro. Yeah.
In today's world, I feel like it's a little bit cool.
Yeah, but you tell some people that, you know what I mean? Back in the day, you walking up the street, you say they're wrong.
You know what I mean?
1,000%. So I get it.
But 2026, I feel like we cool with it. But I'm from Northview and Hazelwood. Grew up in both of those areas. Went to Brashear first, and then transferred to Alderdice. Graduated from Alderdice. I went to Penn State, Maine. Walked onto the football team up there. Got my degree in broadcast journalism.
Nice.
Then after that, I moved to New York. Got a job with the NBA.
That's all.
Was in their content department for a little bit. Brooklyn was like my second home. Really, I was right next to Bed-Stuy and all of that.
Yeah.
And it was just love up there, yo. Like New York is really like my second home now. So it's like Pittsburgh and New York is like 2
good homes to have, man.
Yeah, they're 2 good homes for me. So, grew up in those 2 places for real. Was in sports, obviously football throughout my life. I did some art stuff too, but I really came into my own creatively. A little bit in college, I started coming into it, but really when I went to New York is when I really started I feel like that's when I started to be known more as an artist before I came back to the city for a second. So yeah, that's a little bit about me, man. And the project comprises, the Greetings project specifically is a short scripted, it's a short scripted film.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a fiction film pilot that's about 20 minutes long. Follows a group of friends who are trying to clear one of their grandfather's name, who was a founding Dap member. And they start finding up, they come up on a lot of the research and a lot of the stuff that we were doing in real life. They end up coming up on a lot of that information.
Yep.
And we got the photo series, which features different generations of people dapping. So we got like a father, son, we got kids, we got 20-something-year-olds that took place in both Pittsburgh and Brooklyn. And then we got a magazine called Dap Magazine that, some people that you might know from the city contributed to, some people over in Africa and throughout the world, wanted to be a part of too. So
awesome, man. Hey, thanks for having us. We appreciate your time, man. And just letting you tell your story, bro. Before we get up out of here, just let everybody know where they can follow you for more information. For more information, I'm sorry, and just to get more familiar with what you got going on.
Yeah, so you can follow us on TikTok at THEINTRINSIC Media. You can follow us on Instagram at passionproject.co. And we got YouTube, all those avenues as well. And then our website is www.passionproj.com. So you can follow us and keep up with us through there. Sign up on our email list, all that good stuff, and stay locked in.
Awesome, man. So y'all got that information. Go give my man a follow. Appreciate you again, my man Bril. Shout out to the Greetings Project, the Dap Up Project. And this is another exclusive episode of We Are Pittsburgh. See you on the next one.
Peace.